This is the chart that I told you in that thing that I happened to be looking at. You can see here. So this push came to the downside, many more bars than this in-play out and push. This in-play out and push became done as of how traders trade like here. From this point, it's likely to just keep pushing to the downside until traders trade in a way that presents info that says otherwise. For all we know, this bar could have pushed down, it could have left a nice wick, and it could have formed a nice bullish bar close, and it could have trickled up. But no, just kept pushing lower. So just flow with it. As of this bar close, its setup is done, this push, the intent to trade behind this push. And I mean, actually, I think I'll probably say something here. And let's see what I'm saying here. And this is from like ages ago. Oh well, actually. No, it's not. It's like from not so long ago. But anyway, yeah. And then, so as of here, it's likely to push to... So this target is like the 4-day target. I remember this is the daily chart. It would make sense to push to around here. Around there where my cursor... top of the cursor is about there, about this region, the intent to trade, based on how intent to trade was maintained throughout here and how it's maintained up to the most recent bar close and how this push is structured. It would make sense to push to around here at least. That's relative to daily, of course. And then you go through all other time frames, and then once you get to the 1 hour, you then see how it'd be most efficient to see it set up like. Yeah, look, daily, it's set up nice to keep impulsing to the upside, especially with next to higher base time frame intent and folding the way it has, which is here. Yeah, this was like the 3-day intent, as I said. I remember this day. And yeah, this was the push to like, so you got pushed to the downside. Setup is done as of here. It's a bit iffy here. It's like it's nearing being done. Like the push could potentially set up as being done as of this bar close, because it's like quite overextended relative to the previous set and push and play. And it's sat right at the very lows. It wicked the very lows. It's in overextended territory. It's in reaction territory, but you don't anticipate a reaction unless participants trade in a way that presents information relative to the in-play and push, what sets up the push as being possibly set up as done. Something like Eminem. And then anyway, the setup, the put trade like here, and then here it was kind of still bottomed out territory, but based on the monthly, I remember it was still kind of valid information to take on board that, yeah, okay, it's probably like to keep pushing to the downside. And then anyway, what do you know? And then as of here, bear in mind, like I'm talking as if it's real time, emulating real time too, so I know I can see what's fucking happened. If I was really that arsed, I would say, okay, yeah, I think it's gonna come here. I think it's gonna come here. see what I mean? But no. So anyway, the push to downside became set up as done as of this bar close, as an in-play bar, as of this bar close, yeah. And then it left a nice wick rejection on top of how the like overall trending in an next up high temperature setup. It was kind of poised that this was sus and it was likely to continue lower. And anyway, yeah, as of this bar close, likely to continue lower at least to around this point, which you can see that's where it hit. And anyway, yeah, this push to the downside was a bit iffy whether it got with regard to it being done based on it having heavily pushed to the downside and it immediately just coming off heavily bearish intent. It's a bit iffy. You would want to wait for the next bar close. Here, it's poised to keep pushing lower. You see, I do not fucking bullshit. Like you see, I wouldn't say that if like I was trying to bullshit, just no. And anyway, but it is a bottomed out territory still. And then based on this, it could still be set up as done, but just based on my experience, I would say that the push is not done, but I would be aware of it being iffy. So therefore, I would want to see the 1 hour setup very nice, which is my dictionary time frame as I call it, because it dictates what decision I make for the day. Anyway, as of this bar close, remember this 3-day time period. So like, I mean, the daily would have revealed the proper info. We'll go and have a look at that in a sec. As of this bar close. But anyway, yeah. You might have even been able to catch a sell within this. But like, because this is a 3-day bar and I traded a 3-hour time period, you know. So anyway, yeah. And then as of this bar close, this push is definitely done. So this high to this low, this is a previous set and push. Look where it's situated within the previous set and push's range. It's got a lot more to play, so it's in a retrace market cycle phase. Until it gets up to like here, it's still classified as retracement. Once it gets past, it's an impulse. Relative to market cycle phase terms, but you're ultimately going off how the in-play and push is structured in its trajectory itself. You know, it doesn't matter what fucking market cycle phase you're in or whatever. It's just a whole load of financial jargon, let's just call it. But yeah, like as of this bar close, this is a newly emerged push, and intent to trade is likely to be fresh, and it's at least likely to push here. Which, if we just go to the actual GU chart. This is my Euro thing. And then you just go to the 3-day. I'm pretty sure we did in advance. So we were on the futures platform, which is this. 3D. Yeah, see. Obviously, I didn't know whether or not the actions would have been took to facilitate this movement, but yeah, you can see that is what happened. I don't know what that position tool's there. That was because I almost had a trade this morning, but yeah. But yeah, anyway, look, so this push to the upside became done as of this bar close, and then this push became, to the downside became done, I would probably say as of this bar close, because it was a bit iffy as of this bar. And anyway, this push is just in play, and then the way traders trade like here, amongst the existing structure of the in play arm push, the setup of the push is done. This push to the upside is done. Now, what happens from here is kind of just unknown, but based on the 3-day bar close, it's already hit its target. I would expect it to push to around where my crosshair is, at least, maybe even a bit lower. And yes, I know that's the low of the day so far, but that happens a lot, believe it or not, you know, with these like target things. Like if you just like I mean, yeah, like look at this, like, so as a here, this bar, it would make sense to push to around about there-ish at least. So you're getting pretty close. But anyway, yeah. So like yeah, so what's likely to happen here is retrace to around this region, but whether that happens or not is subject to whether market participants trade in the particular fashion that presents information that suggests that, right? So like I don't have any of the in-play arm pushes marked up here, but if I on my screen, but if I just do it like off here, so push lower, push higher, push higher, push higher, push higher, became done as here. This push to the upside, which was very fucking shit. Push to the downside again, became done as of this bar close. In fact, no, actually, it's in play still. I would classify this as in play. This is the 3-day chart. And then anyway, this push to the downside, which runs from here, this high, to this low, became done here because it was a bit iffy here. But this as of this bar close, this revealed the true reality of the intent here. Of course, that's after the fact, but still that was the case. And it's like, okay, that's the picture right now. And anyway, it's just likely to continue trading to upside as of this bar. Same here, but then obviously that changes here. And you push quite deep into the previous atom pushes range, right? And then participants are starting to trade in this way. So that's like the context. And then you're at the very highs of this push, you're trading this way. It is likely to probably push, I would say, to around this region, which is like these pretty wicks, as Andrew NFX calls them. But like obviously whether your expected reaction here is contingent upon how next step higher timeframes and the initial time frame and timeframes below are set up as of the market push into here. So you just flow with the market, literally.